So, I just wanted to. So, one of my friends, he was watching a video with me last night by Nexpo, and it had to do with thalassaphobia, which is basically like a fear of the deep ocean or water. And the thing is, someone put into words the way that it would normally feel as you're down there if it fucks up. Well, hey, how you doing, bud?
What?
How you doing, bud? I was gonna record the reading through this Reddit post you sent, because I read like the first little paragraph and I was like, dude, that's fucked. And I wanna explain it in my own words to
Oh yeah, sure.
recording.
Yeah.
But I'm uh I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I am too.
So this is by some I ain't hear you get on the stream, friendo.
Oh, oh. Yeah,
R
so right.
slash Neoshade described this a few months ago on another thread, and it was panic inducing to read. And this is basically the general rundown of what it's like whenever you start to fuck around with your shit when you're not supposed to. And if you what was that dude that, like, he wanted to go a little bit deeper, so he let out some of his, like, buoyancy tank shit?
I don't remember what his name was, but he went into the blue hole in Egypt, something like that.
Somewhere, yeah. And he ended up he wasn't able to actually get out. He ended up drowning down there because he wanted to go just a little bit deeper. Not necessarily.
Just
Many
a wee
certified,
bit.
just a wee bit further. Not necessarily. Many certified scuba divers think they are capable of going just a little bit deeper, but they don't know that there are special gas mixtures, buoyancy equipment, and training required for just another few meters of depth. Imagine this. This is where it starts to get really into it. You take your PADI open water diving course and you learn your dive charts, buy all of your own gear, and become familiar with it. Compared to the average person on the street, you're an expert now. You go diving on coral reefs, a few shipwrecks, and even catch lobster in New England. You go to visit a deep spot like this and you're having a great time. I believe they're talking about the Blue Hole. Not Egypt, New England. You see something just in front of you, this beautiful cave with sunlight streaming through. You decide to swim just a little closer. You're not going to go inside it, you know better than that, but you want to take a closer look. If your dive computer starts beeping, you'll head back up. So you swim a little closer and it's breathtaking. You are enjoying the view and just floating there, taking it all in. You hear a clanging sound. It's your dive master, wrapping the butt of his knife on his tank to get someone's attention. You look up to see what he wants, but after staring into the darkness for the last minute, the sunlight streaming down is blinding. You turn away and reach to check your dive computer, but it's a little awkward for some reason. And you twist your shoulder and pull it towards you. It's beeping, and the screen is flashing "Go up." Like a boop, 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 boop. Like every boop, it's saying "go up," and then it's going away, and then it's coming back. Like "go up, go up, go up." You stare at it for a few seconds, trying to make out the depth and tank level between the flashing words. The numbers won't stay still. It's really annoying, and your brain isn't getting the info you want at a glance. So you let it fall back to your left shoulder, turn towards the light, and head up. The problem is that the blue hole is bigger than anything you've ever dove before, and the crystal clear water provides a visibility that is 10 times what you're used to in the dark waters of the St. Lawrence, where you usually dive. What you don't realize is that when you swam down a little farther to get a closer look, thinking it was just 30 or 40 feet more, you actually swam twice that because the vast scale of things messed up your sense of distance. And while you were looking at the archway, you didn't really have any nearby reference point in your vision. More depth equals more pressure, and your BCD, the air-filled jacket that you used to control your buoyancy, was compressed a little. You were slowly sinking and had no idea. That's when the dive master began banging his tank and you looked up. This only served to blind you for a moment and distract you from the sense of motion and position even more. Your dive computer wasn't sticking out on your chest below your shoulder when you reached for it because your BCD was shrinking. You turned your body sideways while twisting and reaching for it. The 10 seconds spent fumbling for it and staring at the screen brought you deeper, and you began to accelerate with your jacket continuing to shrink. The reason that you didn't hear the beeping at first and that it took so long to make out the depth between the flashing words was the nitrogen narcosis. You have been getting depth drunk, and the numbers wouldn't stay still because you are still sinking. So basically, in a short sense, you become very disoriented without even realizing it. And by the time you even realize it, it's almost too late because you're so deep. And it's gonna be painful to get back up there if you even can. Most of the time you're probably not gonna be able to, though. You swim towards the light, but the current is pulling you sideways. Your brain is hurting, straining for no reason, and the blue hole seems like it's gotten narrower. And the light rays above you are going at a funny angle. You kick harder just to keep going up towards the light despite this damn current that wants to push you into the wall. Your computer is beeping incessantly and it feels like you're swimming through mud. Fuck this. You grab the fill button on your jacket and squeeze it. You're not supposed to use your jacket to ascend, as you know that it will expand as the pressure drops and you will need to carefully bleed off air to avoid shooting up to the surface. But you don't care about that anymore. Shooting up to the surface is exactly what you want right now, and you'll deal with bleeding the air off and making depth stops when you're back up with the rest of your group. The sound of air rushing into your BCD fills your ears, but nothing's happening. Something doesn't sound right, like the air isn't filling fast enough. You look down at your jacket, searching for whatever the trouble might be, when, funk, you bump into the right side of the giant sinkhole. What the hell? Why is this current pulling me sideways? Why is there even a current in an empty hole in the middle of the ocean? You keep holding the button. Inflate! Fucking inflate, damn it. Your computer is now making a frantic screeching sound that you've never heard before. You notice that you've been breathing heavily. It's a sign of stress. And the sound of air rushing into your jacket is getting weaker. Every 10 meters of water adds another 1 atmosphere of pressure. Your tank has enough air for you to spend an hour at 10 meters, which is 2 atmospheres. And to refill your BCD more than 100 times. Each additional 20 meters of depth cuts this time in half. This assumes that you are calm, controlling your breathing, and using your muscles slowly with intention. If you panic, begin breathing quickly, and move rapidly, this cuts your time in half again. You're certified to 20 meters, and you've gone briefly down to 30 meters on some shipwrecks before. So you were comfortable swimming to 25 to look at the arch. While you were looking at it, you sank to 40 meters. And while you messed around looking for your dive master and then the computer, you sank to 60 meters. 6 atmospheres of pressure. You have only about 10 minutes of air at this depth. When you swam for the surface, you would become disoriented from twisting around and then looking at your gear. And you were now right in front of the archway. You swam into the archway thinking it was the surface. That's why the blue hole looked smaller now. There's no current pulling you sideways. You are continuing to sink to the bottom of the arch. When you hit the bottom and started to inflate your BCD, you were now over 90 meters deep. You will go through a full tank of air in only a couple minutes at this depth. Panicking like this, you're down to seconds. There's enough air to inflate your BCD, but it will take over a minute to fill, and it doesn't matter because that would only pull you into the top of the arch. You will drown before you get there. Holding the inflate button, you kick as hard as you can for the light. Your muscles are screaming. Your brain is screaming. And it's getting harder and harder to suck each panicked breath out of your regulator. In a final fit of rage and frustration, you scream into your useless reg. Darkness squeezing into the corners of your vision. 4 minutes. That's how long your dive lasted. You died in clear water on a sunny day in only 4 minutes.
God damn.
And and I could see it too. Because the way that shit is in the ocean, it's a bit harder to do anything because it's not made for us. Like, we can swim, yeah. A lot of land animals can swim. But think about how slowly that is. And think about how deep you're going as well. So, if you're down at 90 meters and you're doing all the stuff you should be doing, it's already going to take a long fucking time to get back up there.
Yeah.
But if you're doing what this is describing, well, you're not going to last that long. Should we watch those videos while I'm recording it as like kind of like the frame of reference, or like what can happen?
What do you plan on doing with this video?
I plan on uploading it. Maybe I'll make it unlisted at some point if it's not really that good, or maybe I'll just take it down if it's really something YouTube doesn't want. But, you know,
I worry about the fact that
it would show
uncensored.
some
Yeah.
I could try making it. Well, the thing is, right, it's also, this footage is also on YouTube, so they can't get mad that it's uncensored because it's on YouTube uncensored.
If you show what video it is from YouTube, there's a chance that could end up being taken down too.
Fuck, you're right.
It's like, yeah, I want to show that stuff, but also like, I want it to be preserved on YouTube as is right now.
Yeah. Don't want to fuck with it, and then it's like, or like put something out there about it, and then it's like, oh, now the video's gone.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, think about it. How many videos on YouTube have you seen where people are diving and they come across bodies of people?
Yeah.
That, like, and we still haven't even watched that as of right now. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, but all of this is very, it's very, morbid. I mean, obviously, morbid reality.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of the most terrifying things that could possibly happen, I feel like, in today's world.
Yeah.
Like, nukes honestly aren't that scary. Like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. They're honestly not that scary.
What's scary to me about nukes is the instant death. The not even knowing.
That's the thing to me, though, because it's like, they're not that scary because it's like in an instant, everything's gone, basically. So there's not really any time to even... It's horrifying, sure, but it's not as bad as this. In my eyes, that's true,
because you live through that. You suffer.
Exactly.
You suffer through that.
And once you realize what's going on, once you realize it, it's only made infinitely worse because you're still down there and you're not out of it yet. Whereas with the nukes, if you get hit with that fucking wave, well, chances are you're probably gonna die, pretty quick. But you're not gonna fucking sit down there and then be like, oh, like, you're sitting down there at 90 meters, right? 90 meters. You've realized everything, and you're really starting to become very afraid of what might happen should you stay down there any longer. And the thing is, as you're thinking about that, your time is still ticking down. So you're taking time away unknowingly or knowingly from what you have left until you know what, this actually, I don't know, I just wanted to like do that, but that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
You die, basically. All while you're sitting there unable to do anything about it because you're so deep. And that is fucking terrifying. And there's also the gradual descent as well that this talks about. Like, as you're fiddling, like, you're just like, slowly sinking. And the thing is...
But not even realizing that you are...
Exactly.
Like,
it's too slow.
To realize
too fucked up, or it's too slow for you to notice. But also, yeah, the depth drunk. That is the entire reason you wouldn't even realize, because, I mean, dude, you're depth drunk. It's basically like normal drunk, but, like, dude, imagine you're underwater. Like, that's not very fucked. Good. Like, you're basically impaired while you're going down. And you are still sinking. But, as this is happening, like, imagine you don't realize it, and then out of nowhere, you're like, holy shit, I've gone so far away. Like,
yeah, dude,
if you're qualified for 30 meters, and you've sunk into 90... you can only imagine the kind of panic that would induce.
3 times out of your league.
Dude, like, seriously, 90 meters. Like, fuck. Because the other thing is, too, you're also probably not carrying gear for 90 meters either. So, you know. But, yeah, that's this. This is real. This is something that exists. This is something that's happened before numerous times.
Stuff that happens. Oh.
I wanted to just fucking record because I was like, holy shit, this is insane. I'm gonna make a video.
Yeah.
But this is one of the reasons I will more than likely never dive, even though I've always kind of wanted to at least try it out.
Yeah.
But, like, just this, oh my god. Like, I would freak out so fast if I saw, like, one of them, like, holes, you know, where it's just, like, it's just black.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I can't see anything below that. And then you shine your light in it, and there's fucking nothing. You see, like, the plankton and, like, microplastics floating around. That's it.
Yeah, that shit's gotta be fucking trippy. Like, just, I'd feel so, like, out of my own scope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would be cool, but I would hate it.
Yeah.
Truly, I would. Anyways, that's this. I wanted to say something about it, because I was just like, dude, fuck, man.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go watch those videos. So, goodbye, recording.